Hey guys, welcome to Hey Guys, an internet obsessed podcast where we discuss all your favorite social media stars, what they're doing, and how we feel about it. I'm your host, Amanda Hasica, a content producer for Instant, which basically means I keep my finger on the pulse of the internet at all times. And if you don't know what Instant is, it's a new media outlet and video platform dedicated entirely to covering digital creators. Today I'm joined by Instant editor Jonathan Ratliff.
Hello.
Thank you so much. And Jillian Rose Reed.
Hello.
So we were talking about this a little bit before. I interviewed you a few years ago.
Yeah.
I used to work for Team.com, and we had this kind of like documentary series called My Day, My Life. Mm-hmm. And so we gave you like a flip cam, I'm pretty sure. And you like recorded your day.
I did.
And then we edited it into this like fun little vlog thing. And it's funny because I was mentioning like, I feel like Snapchat stories and Instagram stories have just like replaced that. Like even saying like flip cam, I was like, you could have just done it on your phone now.
Yeah, no, I like forgot what a flip cam is.
Right?
It's the white ones, right? They were white.
Yeah, they were just like little
guys. Yeah,
like yay big.
Yep.
Those were like only around for a hot second though.
Yeah.
It was like I feel like people are like flip cams are changing everything, you guys. It's
they were
such
cool.
a big deal. They were very cool because they were super easy.
Yep.
But then once the phone thing came around, I think everybody's like, I could just use my phone.
Yeah.
But I feel like GoPros kind of like
they're still around.
pick up where
GoPros have become a like tourist thing.
Yeah.
But also I feel like
Touristy.
like drones are replacing GoPros.
Yeah. So it was like flip cam,
Yep.
GoPros, drones.
Yeah.
What's
Who knows?
next? Like
the in your it's gonna just be in your mind.
I literally was gonna say like your eyeballs are gonna be your next camera. So are you Snapchat, Instagram stories, which do you prefer?
So Snapchat's been really hard for me. I got on the train and like everyone was really excited, and then I realized that I didn't have anything interesting to snap about. And then I realized that all people want to see is like you brushing your teeth, and I'm like I just don't feel comfortable doing that.
Yeah.
It's boring. Mm-hmm. So then I found that I was like just Snapchatting pictures and videos of my cat. And that was embarrassing for a minute. So then I switched over to Instagram stories because it's easier. I'm already on Instagram all the time. And then I felt bad because I feel like I'm neglecting Snapchat. It's like a whole thing that I'm going through.
It's a process.
I'm going through it right now.
I'm the same way. We talked about this when we were at VidCon with some of the people. I was like, I have nothing to say.
Nothing.
I don't know what I would post. It ends up being pictures of my cat that I delete like 4 of off my Instagram account yesterday.
I have, there's cat snaps on my Snapchat and my Instagram story right now.
It's just me poking my cat, like thinking it's funny.
And then you feel weird. You're like, should I put it on both? Like, should I just put one on, like, what's more
Or
interesting?
food.
You have to do 2 versions of
We
the
all
same thing and then put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We snap ourselves eating and pets.
But, I follow, people and I look at their Snapchats and their Instagram stories, and especially like influencers, they literally post like everything, including just them like walking. And so I'm like, maybe I can try that. Like just random stuff, funny stuff. And then I feel like an idiot with like my boyfriend who's almost 30 and like has a beard. I'm like, you don't want to see me like snapping my feet as I'm walking. Like you're going to think I'm crazy. So I can't do it.
I know. It's all about that like aesthetic and like what you want. But I will say with Instagram stories, you can be a little more playful where everyone has like your Instagram aesthetic and you want to, be on brand, blah, blah, blah. Where Instagram stories, you can be like a little weirder. I feel like I only Instagram story when I'm like doing something that's like interesting or like different, or if something funny happens. Like I think, but we were at VidCon recently, I think I posted like 3 things, and that was it. I just, because we were busy, we were we were doing stuff, so it's hard to keep up unless you have like, we should have like a social media assistant who's like, can you help me Instagram story?
No matter what I post, it's awkward. No matter every photo, video,
maybe
it's
that's
just,
who you are.
really
though.
weird.
That's good.
That might be it.
It's your brand.
It's just really awkward. Like you could look at me and be like, that guy's weird.
Sometimes I feel like as much as I love social media and we're social media fueled, sometimes I think if it's like too much your life, it's like, do you have anything else interesting going on or any thoughts? Like if you're too into it, that's a little weird.
You know what I don't like? I can't stand, I'm going to say it.
Go for it.
I can't stand watching people lip sync in their car. Why? Why am I watching you do that? There's nothing interesting about it. Most of the time people don't know the words anyway. Like why?
I wish I had an answer for that. I don't.
I really
there
want
are a
one.
lot of car singers.
Yeah, unless you're like James Corden and you have like Beyonce.
But that's cool.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, unless you're doing that and the production value is really good.
No,
nothing.
I don't care if you're on the 405 singing to like Carrie Underwood.
And it's
I
like
don't
you
care.
should be snapping and driving anyways.
Yeah,
Dangerous.
kids. What's wrong, kids?
Very dangerous. So you have a lot going on right now. So I was talking about this, talking with you about this before we started, but you were in a really fun sketch called Planet Brunch.
Yes.
So it was basically like a take on Planet Earth, but it was like this very like documentary style, like watching women at brunch and like the squad unites and all this stuff. It was so. How did you get involved with that?
Cosmo asked me to jump in. They needed someone to play the waitress. It was like super fun, and I was there for like a couple, like 2 hours maybe, and I just got to like play with the girls and have fun, and it was really funny. It turned out really well.
Yeah, that must be so fun to just like be able to like pop into things here and there, especially like with digital things. I mean, being on a TV show, you're on Awkward, obviously, is great, and it's super fun, and it's, you know, really high production value and like big, like you're there for like hours and hours and hours, but it must be so fun to be able to just like, oh yeah, I have a couple free hours, like I can go pop over there.
Yeah, it was super fun. My joke about the whole day though is I'm a mega fan of Vanderpump Rules, like mega fan. And Kristen Doty was playing one of the girls at the brunch, and because I just like popped in and out, like I came dressed and I came with my hair and makeup done. And so my whole thing was like, oh my God, Cosmo asked me to come and do this. Like, it's legit. Kristen Doty thinks I'm an extra. And I even like was really embarrassing. Like, we were taking pictures after, and she's from Michigan and so am I. And I know that because I obsessively watch the show. Yeah. And I was like, so you're from Michigan, right? And she was like, yeah. And I'm like,
oh my God.
Now she knows I'm a fan.
Oh my God. Well, whatever. I feel I am like, so hardcore into Vanderpump Rules as well, but like they have to love that kind of stuff. They like getting recognized.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like, don't pretend like you're too cool for this.
No, for sure. But she's probably like, this little extra girl like stalks me and knows where I'm from.
Did Cosmo like write it and put it together, or who was kind of behind?
Cosmo. Yeah, Cosmo did everything, and then they sent it to me, and they were like, you know, we have this thing. We would just love for you to be a part of it.
Did you know that Kristen was gonna be a part of it, or was it like you showed up and she was there?
No, I got the email that said her name.
Oh, you're like, oh, I'm for sure
I knew.
doing
Yeah,
this.
when I saw her name, I was like, in.
It's
done.
funny because she's like trying to get into comedy and all that stuff, which like that's super cool.
Yeah.
Like comedy is not easy. So like props to anybody who's kind of getting into
As
that.
Ariana has said.
Yeah, she takes
it's not easy.
She takes the best and dumbest fight on that series.
she takes Ariana takes sketch fight. Comedy very seriously. But yeah, so it's funny because I feel like that, you know, so she's like making fun of this, but I'm like, that's kind of who you are.
Is that. Yes.
So it's weird. Like, I'm like, you are one of these girls wearing a fur vest at brunch.
Yeah.
Like after drinking all night.
Yeah, hungover on a Sunday. Yeah, that is her.
That just makes me laugh.
To be fair, we've all been that girl in the fur vest.
100%.
I wish I was that cute.
100%. And so, kind of speaking of web series, I know I don't want to get too much on a Vanderpump Rules tangent because, like, this will turn into a Vanderpump Rules like podcast.
Yeah,
which
I'm fine with.
There are some that exist.
I would like to go on one of those.
Are there? I'm sure why wouldn't there be?
There's one called. There was the biggest one was this one called Pumped. And then there was like all this drama that happened with the people in the podcast, and they split up into 2 different podcasts because some of the hosts became friends with the people on the show.
Podcast drama. Oh my God.
Well, I need to go on. I have so many things to say.
Yeah.
I have so many stories. I always run into James.
I see James all the time.
James. I love James so much.
Things.
I met him. I went to surf for my birthday last year, and we went to Pumped afterwards, and he was there, and he was so, like, we had no shame. We went straight to him, and we're like, can we have a selfie? And we were just like, it was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have stories I probably shouldn't tell.
Well, okay. We'll take this offline. But kind of speaking of web series, you're also on one called Watch Mondays.
Yes.
Super fun. Tell me all about it.
So it's called Mondays, actually. We had to add the watch for the Instagram.
Got it. Okay.
But it was written by a friend of mine, Kelsey Bascom. She created it. It's kind of a bit of a takeoff on her life, and she approached me and was like, "Hey, I have this character in mind that I think that you would be really good at." And it just so happened that this character of Elle is very much like my best friend and very much like her best friend, just kind of rambly and no filter and very inappropriate. So I was like, yes, I'm so down to do this. So we shot 1 episode. It aired. It's on YouTube. And she just asked me to come back and do a few more. So I'm going to be doing a couple more of those later this summer.
That's super fun. So do you write any of your own stuff, or is it more like, do you kind of just, when someone calls you and wants you to be involved with something, you kind of just do it? Or
I write a lot, actually. I'm kind of transitioning into writing in general, but scripted stuff for either a digital space or for cable TV, which I would love to break into. So I've been doing a lot of that, but I did do a YouTube show for a while that I was writing my own sketches for. It's a lot of work.
It is.
It's like a hard market to break into, and you have to have no other job.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I just couldn't put the time into it.
Yeah. Well, that's like, so, we were talking about how we were at VidCon recently, and it's crazy to see how much of like their lives it really is. Like, you think YouTube is fun and you can kind of like dabble in it. It's like, if you want to like be really successful, it has to kind of like give it your all.
There's a lot of people who just vlog and just film their day and think it's interesting, and I'm like, no, there's a lot of thought that goes into their daily vlogs or what they're doing.
There
like
really
a lot
is.
Of work.
You have to pay attention to the trends and what people want to see, and you actually have to have like a nice camera, and you have to have lighting, and which that wasn't a problem. I have a camera, but it was like to do what I was doing, which wasn't vlogging. It was literal sketches. I had to sit with my boyfriend who was doing it with me and write each one and plan when we were going to shoot it and what we needed, and it was just.
And then you have to edit it, and then it's like,
it's a lot.
and then
you're
like
it once a week.
To do it once a week, and you almost feel like you have to like hire people to help you with it. But you're like, I have no. How am I supposed to pay for it? That kind of thing.
It was a lot. I give mad props to the people who do it because it wasn't for me.
Wait, so the Mondays web series. Am I wrong in seeing that Ethan Kraft from Lizzie McGuire? Is
Yes.
In it? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like Lizzie McGuire, Vanderpump Rules. This is like.
This is the best day.
Wheelhouse. So that's fun. Did you watch? Were you like a Lizzie McGuire watcher?
For sure.
So did you know that he was gonna be involved with it, or was it like?
No, because my episode was just Kelsey and I, so I didn't get to work with him. So I saw it when the series premiered.
You'll have to do
God.
you'll have to do episodes with him or something. That's
I'm gonna ask.
I can't escape Lizzie McGuire. Just so you know, my friends were watching that movie, and I was getting texts with memes, Lizzie McGuire movie memes.
It's
yesterday.
the best.
It's the best movie.
No, Lizzie McGuire movies
are
like
made of. Oh,
it's iconic. Lizzie McGuire is iconic. So we have this thing that we call social media horror stories. So we basically, you said you have a really good one, so I'm very excited for it. But it's basically like a social media fail. Like tweeted your phone number, tweeted a picture of yourself like on the toilet on accident or something. Like that actually did happen to someone.
I believe it.
Yeah. So what's yours?
So I went to the MTV Movie Awards recently, and I wore a dress from a company called Fashion Nova that I absolutely love. And I like broke the internet for a couple of days because apparently it was very similar to a dress that J-Lo wore, the iconic J-Lo dress.
Oh, okay.
Which I will say in defense of myself, I was 10 when she wore that dress, so I didn't really know it existed.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, like, the movie awards were over, and I came home and I had like hundreds of tweets, hundreds of Instagram tags, like snaps, like everything, just all about me like wearing this J-Lo dress.
Yeah.
It was very embarrassing.
I mean, that's so funny because it's like, who cares? That was so long ago.
It also isn't the same dress at all. It's just the same like pattern. Yeah. It's got that like leafy green, but the dress is actually not the same. Like her dress looked like a beach cover up that they like put a clasp in the middle, and it was, I mean, gorgeous, but mine was like shorts.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the same dress.
They must have been like, there must have not been like that much going on because they're like, what can we like scrape together? Like, how can we, like, oh, people like J-Lo, okay, her dress is like green. J-Lo wore a green dress once. Here we go. Like,
and it was both like very low cut in there. So I see the similarities, but if you really looked at it, it was Perez Hilton's fault. He started it, I think.
Rude. So that's fine. I'm sure you get to go to like a lot of the MTV stuff. So do you have like any like fun like run-in stories from those or anything?
My very first VMAs, it was the year that Beyonce announced that she was pregnant on stage. I was like having some issues before with like, they hand you like you have like a ticket, and then you have like a press badge and an after party, and I was like having some trouble with like which ticket I needed, and I was standing outside trying to like gather everything before I went in, and Beyonce walked by me, and she must have been able to tell that I was in like sheer panic mode, and she stopped and she just went, "Hi."
Oh my God.
And everything was okay.
And everything was better.
Like the heaven gates just opened. Oh.
And it was her standing there.
That is my favorite thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
She would, like, Beyonce would just, like, hi.
And I've heard she's, like, the nicest person ever, so
I
got to feel some of that love and light.
I love that. So we were talking about earlier, what kind of like YouTubers and stuff you like to watch. You said you really like Olivia Jade.
I do.
Right?
I love her. But it's like an inappropriate obsession because my little brother is like friends with her. They're in the same acting class.
Okay.
So I like kind of know her, yet every single time she posts on Instagram, I'm like, who are you?
Yeah.
She's so cute.
Yeah. She's like a beauty kind of like lifestyle YouTuber. She just hit like 900,000 subscribers.
Yeah, like yesterday.
Because I follow her too.
Yep.
Because her mom, fun fact, is Aunt Becky from Full House.
Yep.
Who I see at this like workout class all the time.
How much do they look alike?
They look.
I think they look exactly the same.
They
And if you
definitely
put
look-
Bella into the other sister
Yeah.
and put them all in a picture together, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. I think her mom, you can definitely tell they're mother and daughter, but I don't think they look exactly
Really?
alike.
I do.
Yeah.
think
But
they
and
look
then
like
also
twins.
another fun fact about their family is her dad is Massimo, like Target Massimo.
What?
Like I think I might be wearing something Massimo right now.
I had no idea.
Don't quote me on that, but I feel like
It's
that's
everywhere.
true. You know, I'm going to fact check myself.
Social media fail.
Or per mom will always be Aunt Becky. Just think of that. Does anybody know her real name? Lori?
Lori Loughlin.
Lori Loughlin?
Yeah, Massimo
Aunt Becky. Really?
Giannulli or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So yeah,
That's
Target.
cool.
Isn't that, like, that must be, I would just be like, I would literally wear Massimo, like, all day, every day if that were the case. But just fun fact, now you know. That's something you did not know earlier, now you know. So are you into like beauty tutorials at all? Do you think that like
No, only because I can't. I can watch a million of them,
Yeah.
and my eyeliner's still not going to look good.
It's not gonna be popping.
It's not gonna be a cat eye.
Yeah.
It's not gonna look like anything
Yeah.
other than I smeared something on my eyelid.
Well, beauty tutorials are hard too because I feel like you watch it and you want to like get all the products and you want to buy them all and you're like, okay, like I can't afford to buy like $700 worth of makeup. Well, that's why I think it's interesting when people get annoyed when like it costs a lot to get your makeup done, but it's like, do you know how much it costs like buy all these items?
Yeah.
And I saw a girl, I'm like in a few different like Facebook groups where people talk about beauty items, and this girl was saying how she was going to a wedding and like wanted to do her own makeup. So like she's like, what should I buy? And I'm like, you're gonna end up buying like $300 worth of makeup. Yes, you get to keep the makeup afterwards and like use it, but I don't know. Like that was just so weird to me that I'm like, you'd rather spend, $300 something on all these different products than just like a little bit less and have someone like do it
Just
for
do
you
it.
where it's perfect, you know?
All I can think about is that like maybe we're in the same beauty Facebook groups.
Oh, I'm only in a couple. I'm not in that many.
Are you in Beauty and Style Friendship Club?
I'm not. No.
Shoot.
Should I join?
Yeah,
Should I
probably.
join?
It's
Okay.
fun.
That's also the best name.
Right? They're like, that's a thing that I've been kind of like wanting to talk about on this podcast for a while is like, there are so many underground Facebook groups. Like,
Oh yeah.
there's like mommy ones. I mean, obviously I'm not in any of those, but there's like mommy Facebook groups. I'm in a bunch of different groups for like podcasts, like
Yeah.
people who listen to the podcasts.
I met one of my best friends on a travel Facebook group.
Oh, wow. Are you in any secret? I'll have to
No.
add you to
Well,
some.
yeah, we'll get you on
They
some.
they definitely like
I'm in no friendship groups.
you should
Sad.
you know what you should do? So John plays kickball, or is it dodgeball?
I play kickball.
Kickball.
Cool.
Start like a kickball.
I mean, we have kickball ones, but it's just all of us who play.
but
No,
you should
I-
make
It's like-
like,
it's
a
not
you
a
should-
secret group.
you
Search
should
on Facebook. I bet you there's already some existing like giant
Yeah,
kickball groups
there's
with like
probably,
thousands
like-
of people who just talk about kickball.
There's probably like a Southern California kickball
Tips and
association.
tricks.
Like,
Yeah.
if not, you should start it yourself, and you can spearhead it.
Kickball Friendship Club.
Done. Done. The kickball
That's
friendship
perfect.
club.
I love that. I'm also in a lot of like Disneyland ones.
Okay. I see what's happening here. You're like a true Disney fan.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm very hardcore. I know. I feel like I try to bring it up somehow on every episode.
Okay.
Like in some way, shape, or form. But speaking of Disney, you work with, is it Elena of Avalor?
Yes.
Okay. I'm always like, is it Alana, Elena?
Yeah,
But
nobody
that's so
knows.
exciting I think voice acting, I was talking with Anthony Padilla from Smosh recently, and he did voice acting and said he just like fell in love with it. So how do you like voice acting?
It's the best. It's so much fun. It's really hard to get into, but once you're in, I feel like it's like a little family. It's great. I mean, you can go to work in your sweatpants and no makeup, and you just get to have so much fun and play, and it's so great.
Yeah, that is really cool. I feel like that's like Ashley Tisdale does like the Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah.
And that's just like a steady thing that you got going on.
Yeah.
So that's great.
It's great.
That's so awesome. Have you I think, have you met Elena of Avalor at Disneyland?
I have. So there's like a really, you probably know this. When you play a Disney character at Disneyland, you have a lot of like very strict rules that you have to follow. You can't break character for anything.
Yeah.
So at our premiere, they had the girl who plays Elena at Disneyland come, and then Amy, who voices Elena, was like trying to talk to her as a person, and she would only answer as Elena. So Amy was like, "Oh my gosh, your dress is so pretty," and she was like, "Thank you, my abuela made it." And Amy was like, "That's so cool," and then she was like, "Oh, that's not okay. That's not real." Okay, no. Got it. And then she was like, can we get a picture? And she was like, "Sure, stand here and put your hands like this." And we're like, "We can't just like hug you." And she was like, "Right, like this." I'm like, "Okay, well, this is weird."
So your character is like kind of like the bestie, right?
Yeah, I'm the best friend. Naomi works on the docks and is kind of like a hardcore like working girl. And she's also on the Grand Council, so she helps Elena rule and make all of her ruling princess decisions.
Oh my God, that's so exciting.
It's so much fun. And I get to sing, which is the best.
So, because your boyfriend is a singer as well,
yes,
right?
Yes, he's a musician.
Do you guys have, I'm sure obviously you've collaborated together, but like, is there anything coming up that you can tell us about? Or
Well, I've been toying with the idea of doing an app. And if I do that, then I'll probably do a lot of exclusive content, which would include he and I doing covers, which people were really liking when we were doing the whole YouTube thing. Mm-hmm. And we still post them on Instagram every once in a while, but I'm thinking about doing more. Other than that, he's recording his next album, and I'm kind of helping him produce it. Mm-hmm. So it's more behind the scenes work, but it's still really fun to get to collaborate with him in that way.
That's so fun. I love that you have like your finger in like so many different pots. Like it's so fun to be able to like, because I feel like sometimes people can like pigeonhole themselves into only being able to like do certain things, but you're just like doing it all.
Well, I can't sit still. I don't like if I have nothing to do during a day, it's the worst.
You're like, what can I do?
Yeah, I'm like, I need to start a new project or like redecorate my house.
Yeah, you could do a YouTube channel too.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, it's like I don't have enough time for a YouTube channel, but I have enough time to do everything else.
Right. If you were gonna like launch a YouTube, you're talking about launching an app.
Yeah,
that's kind of exciting. I feel like apps are like definitely like the Kardashians all have apps.
They do all have apps.
So you'd basically be a Kardashian.
I am an honorary member, actually, of the Kardashian family.
I didn't know that. That's so exciting.
Yeah, they don't know it either, but it's okay. They will.
That's so funny. So, and then also you're on, I've been hearing so many good things about the show. I haven't been able to get around to it, but Daytime Divas on VH1.
Yeah.
Everyone is like raving about it. And I actually worked on a daytime talk show like a couple years ago. So like, it's right up my alley. Yeah. So tell me about it.
I play a character named Callie. She comes in kind of towards the end of this season, and she basically is like Kylie. Like she's a social media, like famous just because she's famous type of girl. And she comes in to just kind of annoy the rest of the cast and be an influencer.
Yeah. So it's basically about like the behind the scenes antics of a daytime talk show. It's based on, I think, The View. Star Jones, The View, she wrote a book about it. Yep. And so lots of drama, lots of cat fights.
A friend of mine's on that.
I haven't
watched it yet, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I've heard so. Like, everyone who has, like, said anything about it has, like, just raved about it.
It's fun. And so Chloe Bridges is one of my friends as well. And so I got to, like, go to Atlanta and work with her for 10 days. And it was really awesome.
That's fun. So what else do you have that we can talk about? Because I feel like there's, like, just so much.
There's just always things.
Like, what's going on? What do you have in the works? Is there anything, like, that you haven't really discussed yet that you can discuss with us?
Really, I mean, Elena of Avalor has been the biggest thing in my life right now. I mean, we're airing still season 1, but we're about to start recording season 3.
Oh, wow.
So we're pretty far out there. Other than that, I mean, I guess I can tease something I haven't teased yet.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
I'm writing a novel.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah,
that's so
a young
exciting.
adult series. So, it's very beginning stages. We actually just broke the outline for the first book, and we're hoping to do 3.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, but that's all I can tell you. I was literally going to make a joke that
you should be writing a book, but I guess I'm just...
You're psychic.
Done.
You are psychic.
Done. Tell me more about the things I should be doing.
It's like app, YouTube, music, acting, YouTube, like digital. That really is, I think, unless unless you have a makeup line coming out of some kind.
No,
or a fashion
definitely
line.
not, because of the whole like not knowing how to put eyeliner thing on. I can't do a makeup line.
You could still pick things and go, I like this
that's
color.
cute. That's
I like
cute.
that lipstick. This formula, I like that. So maybe
Then I really could be a Kardashian. I could just swatch things all day long.
I saw something that was sort of controversial about Kim's contour sticks.
Okay.
So she was like pimping them out, doing the swatches, all that kind of stuff. And I think Jeffree Star, who he's like a big makeup person on YouTube, he twisted it all the way up, and the like amount of product that was actually in the little tube was like very minimal. So
Really?
I think people bought them thinking, oh my god, like look at this huge like cool contour stick, and there was like maybe like a couple inches.
And they're probably paying like $60 for it or something.
So that's scandalous.
Oops.
So
Scandal.
If you do contour sticks, if you come out with contour sticks,
It's
make
gonna
sure there's
be
enough
huge.
product. Yeah.
Gonna be a giant stick.
Yeah, we'll have to have you back.
I don't know how to use a contour stick. Are you kidding me? I could never. What does that mean?
You just draw it on your face.
Right? You just like put it places and like rub it in.
And then it makes you look like snatched. Whatever. if that's what the kids say.
That's
Great.
what the
We'll
kids
have
say?
to have you back when your fashion line and your makeup products line.
Yes, perfect.
Is there anything else we want to talk about, discuss?
No, this is fun.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming. We'll take this offline. I didn't want to bore everyone too much with Vanderpump Rules talk, but we'll talk.
I mean, like if
after
you
this.
want to, I'm down to stay for another 45 minutes and talk about it.
So where can people find you if they don't know where you are?
Yeah, I'm pretty much across all platforms, just at Jillian Rose Reed. So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, everything's the same, at Jillian Rose Reed.
Very cool. And you can find us at instant.me, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. And make sure to subscribe, rate, and review, all that good stuff. This was so fun. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
It's awesome.
Bye, guys.
Bye.